Hey bald ones, I'm Lucy, and this is Pussy Powered. In today's Quick Tip Monday, I'm going to share with you 3 must-haves when you're trying something new in bed. If you're watching this video, you're probably at a point where you're ready to explore some new things in the bedroom with your partner. So in this video, I am making the assumption that you have some sort of foundation and a certain way of doing things and a sexual foundation together that already works for you. So maybe now you're ready to have sex in new positions, new places, using new toys. Maybe try some role play or some power play. Maybe you want to have slower, more luscious, long sex. Or maybe you want to play around with exchanging a different intensity of energy. Whatever it is that you are wanting to get into or are already starting to get into, here are 3 quick tips to help you make that experience smoother and more enjoyable for everyone involved. Tip number 1, lube. I know this is not the most exciting tip, but trust me, when you are in the heat of the moment, one of the last things you want to have to worry about is any kind of irritation or scratchiness from there not being enough lubrication. And rather than having to stop and do whatever gets you even more wet, or continuing on even though you don't feel lubricated enough, which can lead to so many frustrations and some after effects that you just won't want to deal with. Avoid all of that by just having some lube handy. There is no shame in using lube. Just make sure that if you are playing with sex toys, that whatever lube you're using is compatible with the material of your sex toy. Keep it somewhere where you can literally grab it, squirt it, and keep going. The second must-have for trying new things in bed is clear communication. There is little else as frustrating as wondering if your partner is into this thing that you're doing or why they're not responding the way that you anticipated they'd be responding, and potentially doing something that gets you really out of your comfort zone physically only to find out later that they didn't like that at all. Before you try out whatever new thing you're going to be trying out, communicate with your partner. Set some ground expectations. This is not to put limitations on your experience, but actually to give you more freedom to experience the fullness of whatever you're doing without having certain worries in the back of your mind. Set the frame for whatever the experience is that you're entering into together. Discuss what kind of aftercare you're going to do, which, by the way, if you want some ideas on uncommon aftercare, check out this video. And also decide ahead of time, maybe a safe word or a safe phrase to say that the other person won't take personally if in that moment something is just too uncomfortable or it's turning you off or it's physically irritating or painful or uncomfortable, especially if you're not into the physical pain and discomfort during sex. Whatever it is that you're enjoying or not enjoying, find ways to communicate that to your lover and vice versa, reminding yourselves, especially if it's something brand new or something that you haven't done in a really, really long time, that it's okay to not be great at it yet. There's going to be a learning curve, which leads me to tip number 3, patience. Okay, so this right here is the most important mindset tip. As you're trying new things in bed, remind yourselves as often as you need to that it's probably going to take some time to get this new position or this new experience to a place where it feels more pleasurable and connected. So like, just because you're great and you have so many orgasms from this one position, if you carry those expectations to this new position or new experience, you're probably going to end up getting disappointed and frustrated, including sexually frustrated. So don't carry those expectations with you. Leave your expectations at the foot of the bed, or better yet, outside the bedroom altogether. This creates space for you and your lover or lovers to create a new experience together. And yes, go ahead and bring in all of those tips and tricks that you know help turn each other on or really do it for you. But also remember that part of the fun of trying something different is that you get to open yourself to a new experience, new physical sensations, a different kind of connection. And remember that anytime you try something new, there is again a learning curve. So be patient and compassionate towards each other. Give each other a lot of grace. Just like with anything else, it is a practice. Don't expect yourself to be this like goddess or god of sex and know how to do everything perfectly all the time. You are a human being, so give yourself permission to just try new things, not be great at it, and then become better at it with practice. And hey, in those moments where something absolutely embarrassing or hilarious happens, let yourself off the hook and laugh about it together. I cannot tell you how many of those moments we have had in our 15 years of marriage. And if we had quit on every new thing that we tried just because we sucked at it, or it didn't go as planned, or it wasn't as pleasurable as we saw like in some porn, we know that if we're excited about this thing together and we're willing and committed to working through all the bumps and the little quirks in the learning process, it always pays off. So I hope that you and your partner or partners can be patient with each other and yourselves to get to that point where you really begin to reap the rewards. All right, wild ones, that's it for today. 3 must-haves for trying new things in bed. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more on sexual empowerment and healing for women. And if you want to go deeper into awakening your pleasure, connecting with more of your sexual energy, and having the best sex and the best orgasms of your life, check out my program, Pussy Magic. The link is in the description below. In the meantime, here's to your awakening and your pleasure for a pussy-powered life.